welcome back to the Toxicast. This is episode 4. If you're easily triggered, you might want to go ahead and fuck off now. My name is Spirefly. These are my loser friends. Sir T
What's up, everybody? I'm loser number 1.
and Mr. Neelix.
Go fuck yourself.
Saravino.
Hola, senoritas.
And the illustrious Trash Panda.
Kawaii.
Yay.
Alright, I think today we're going to talk about some Overwatch League, right?
Yeah,
That's right.
You're actually currently playing Overwatch as well, for those of you on YouTube. Or for those of you not on YouTube, I should say.
Professional level right here.
Whatever, fuck off. So the Overwatch League has started, and I know everybody's super excited about that.
Yeah, my
I need
team
everyone
lost.
to write a letter to Blizzard and complain why they didn't approve our team.
What team was that?
Whatever team name we came up with, I forgot.
Toxic bullshit.
Toxic
Yes,
bullshit.
Junk ticklers.
Well, your team lost because you're
the hell?
a fan of the Outlaws and they're bad, so... You know.
I don't even
All I
know
gotta
what-
say is, wings out.
Yeah, go Fusion. Carpe needs his water.
I don't know. I think they're all doing pretty good. I don't like these new teams that they've introduced.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? The finger bangs are awesome.
That's like the only team that's good, but it's like they're trying to be all like edgy. Oh, we're Spark, but no, you're just a fucking finger.
They're
Like a finger.
They're the finger
They're
bangs.
doing pretty good though. And the Rain did pretty good last night.
Yeah, the Rain look really good, but they have DeFran, who's probably the best player in North America, so that helps their case. Who was, supposedly banned from professional Overwatch tournaments for life, but apparently they don't care about that anymore.
They're just trying to get people to pay attention to them.
I mean, the dude was straight up throwing games in his professional, with his last professional team, and then they're like, oh, well, don't worry about it, it's fine.
It's perfectly okay.
Don't let it happen again.
And now you got XQC, who's like subbing in for one of the contenders teams for, I think, the Gladiators, who's also got banned for being like straight up toxic, right?
Yeah, he got banned for being super toxic.
He should join the toxic
So,
bullshit.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna sign XQC this year.
We should bring him onto our podcast. Sign him. I mean,
So we heard you got banned for being super toxic. I mean, you can totally do that
That's-
here.
That's what we're all about.
that's our
We have a
whole,
league
welcome.
of
that's our whole
extraordinary
thing.
gentlemen and gentle ladies.
That's like
He was
whole
also really
purpose.
racist, wasn't he?
I don't think.
I don't think it was.
I think he was
I
just
don't know,
super
maybe it
toxic.
was. I don't know. I mean, these players in the Overwatch League are like super unpredictable, so you never know what they're gonna do. So,
But then again, you
Was
got to
he-
think about the rules too. Like the rules to be on the Overwatch teams are stupid. Like, oh, you can't do anything. Like you fucking snort wrong, and you're off the fucking team.
well, wasn't there
Was he,
one
was
guy?
he one of the ones that was like texting with young girls and stuff?
No, that was somebody
That was
else.
somebody. I think.
Oh,
I
okay.
think that guy was on like the Fuel or something. But yeah, no, the XQC was just straight up, just toxic. And then I don't even remember what the guy's name was who fucking got banned for texting little girls.
It happened around the same time, so I'll remember.
Yeah, there was a lot of drama with the first season of the league.
They were testing the limits to see what they could get away with.
I mean, they had like, child touching and fucking toxicity and all kinds of shit. But apparently they're doing well because I mean, I think every game this season's on ESPN. I mean,
And
if
the
you go,
Disney Channel.
yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
I saw Disney Channel.
Disney XD.
Here's the question: are they going to air it at Buffalo Wild Wings?
That
Yeah,
would be
that's what-
awesome.
that would be
We were
amazing,
sitting
actually.
at Buffalo Wild Wings eating lunch the other day, yesterday, right? Or was it? Yeah, it was yesterday.
Yesterday.
And we were like sitting there, and there was all these TVs, and it's on ESPN, like every channel. So, what's to stop them? I mean, you could probably go in and be like, "Hey,
you
I
could
want to watch
you make a
Overwatch League."
request.
Right? Yeah. I mean, when we were there, it was pretty dead.
Well, I mean, I think it'd be cool. A bunch of nerds at Buffalo Wild Wings, you know, doing
Alright.
nerd stuff.
It's a takeover.
Dude, you could be sitting there at Buffalo Wild Wings watching the Overwatch League while also playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh,
How?
failed.
What, at Buffalo Wild Wings?
Yes, it would be amazing.
How are you gonna play? Are you gonna
That would
huge
get
table?
messy.
Yeah, your like character sheets would be ruined.
It's fine. Just, you know, use them as napkins. You know, you just
They,
You
they don't
need
put
them.
the little wet naps on the table anymore.
Yeah.
At ours, at least.
Buffalo Wild Wings
What's
makes
that?
like
What's
Dungeons
that hot
and Dragons wet
sauce?
naps.
Insane or the hottest one?
Yeah, insane.
Yeah, it'd be cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
the rule is everyone has to eat like a 10 rack of that.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean,
That would also cost you like $400.
yeah, I mean, you know, I mean, if you're not a
I mean-
pussy,
Play
Hey,
capture
I'm not
flag.
I don't play anything halfway.
All right, wait, when we go back to menu, let's talk about some of the new teams' outfits or their logos. First off, I don't like the fact that like you look at some of the characters when they have their logos on it, and they're like just stretched PNGs. Like the images
Yeah.
are so pixelated.
well, hang on, let's go back and look at them. So, yeah,
So the
You're
one thing,
right.
who is it? The hunters, the panda.
yeah.
Go to the pandas and go to Ash. Look at that panda on Bob. It looks so bad. It's just a stretched image.
Oh, yeah, it does
I'm
look really
guessing
fucking
that they
bad.
did this patch job really fast.
Well, no, okay.
Yeah.
Let's look at this. Let's go to like a team that's been there, like Outlaws. Go to Ash, and I mean, it still is exactly the same. It's just like, I mean, you can see the pixels in
Yeah,
the stuff.
you can see. It's
Like,
actually
what the fuck?
it's actually like a shitty thumbnail that it's like they took a thumbnail and just went into Paint and said, "I'm gonna make it bigger by this much," and
Yeah,
slapped
okay,
it on
okay.
his
So
back.
see, you see the one on his arm? He's
Yeah.
like, that's the size they have. Because like if you look at the other ones, that's about the size, or they're smaller,
Yeah.
right? Like even on Diva, it's that tiny one up on the top of her mech's head.
Yeah, yeah.
But on the back of Bob, they're like, oh shit, we only have that small image. Like we didn't think about this, did we? Guys?
Well, okay, but you actually look at Roadhog's belly. See, what they did there was they like kind of made it blurry so it doesn't look as bad, but they didn't do that
Yeah.
on Bob.
Oh my God! Look at Houston Outlaws for Ash.
That's what we're looking at.
Oh,
Where have you been?
Yeah.
God, you
Haven't paid
fucking
attention.
retard.
Also on the Bob's logo, I don't know if it's the logo itself, but like the left horn is like just a straight line. You see that? It's like they've like cropped it.
All I gotta say is best skin is the Sparks Reaper skin. Best skin. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I
Cotton
agree.
candy fucking Reaper.
Definitely would run from that.
Like, who
Now,
the fuck made these color scheme choices? Like, honestly.
Atlanta Rain's not too bad.
I mean, it's all right. I'm not a big. I mean, I think it's pretty plain. You know, like it's kind of like meh.
I just mean the way that they put it on Bob.
Oh.
The charge has a really good color scheme.
Yeah, it does look alright on Bob. So
That
why
was
the fuck does the rest
Vancouver.
of them look
Vancouver
shitty?
makes Bob looks cool.
No, look at Vancouver on Ash on Bob. It looks horrible.
Yeah, that looks terrible. The Reigns one looks good, but that one looks terrible. Come on, Blizzard, get your
Los
shit
Angeles,
together. Like,
Terrible.
Blizzard, I know you're probably not listening to this podcast, but if you are, get
We're
your
gonna get
fucking shit
sued.
together. Like, come
We
on.
we know that you're in a dire need situation with money and stuff. You know, you let go of those 800 people, and you paid your CEO 15 million. You know, oh, you're in such hurt for money.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Speaking about that whole thing is just such fucking horseshit to me. It's like, okay, come on. So you have basically all of Activision Blizzard, I should say. All of your money makers are essentially Blizzard's games and Call of Duty's. And that's all you have.
pretty much.
Like, why doesn't Blizzard just say fuck it and just shed Activision and fucking just go their own way like they did in the past? I mean, I don't know if that's possible or not. It might not be possible.
I mean, the thing is, it's not like they did with Bungie, because Bungie was just like like a contract basically. But Blizzard and Activision are merged companies,
Well, yeah,
so
but
it's
I mean,
not. That would be super messy.
but doesn't each arm, Blizzard and Activision, have their own CEOs?
I don't know anymore.
I think they do.
There's just one.
No, I think they have. I think Blizzard and Activision both have their own CEOs, and then they have like a chairman that oversees the whole fucking thing.
So
could
Activision
be.
CEOs is Robert Kotick.
And who's Blizzard CEO?
Blizzard CEO is Bobby Kotick.
Yeah, so they have separate CEOs. So like, yeah, they're a merged company, but Activision's just dragging Blizzard down at this point.
Wait, Bobby Kotick and Robert Kotick? I think they're the same person.
Oh, maybe they are.
Yeah, Bobby and Robert are all. That's just a throwaway.
Or
name, like,
maybe
you
they're
think.
twinsies.
Oh, it
No,
could be like brothers.
They look like brothers.
They're twinsies. They're like get up in the morning and wear the same clothes and shit, you know?
Get up in the morning, look like my brother. Yeah.
But I mean, you know, I honestly, like, I find myself actually a little bit more invested this year in the Overwatch League. I'm more, like, I actually want to watch the games, whereas last year I didn't care as much for some reason.
Oh, I'll agree. Yeah.
I don't know, but like, because to me, Overwatch, I just, like, last year when I was playing Overwatch, we were super sweaty trying to climb out of gold hell because we're been stuck there forever. And this year I don't really care. We're just dicking around on the game, and I think that's what makes it fun is to watch.
Yeah, I
is to
mean,
watch
like, what we
the
hardly
league.
played. We played our placement games,
Yeah, and,
and
I don't
now
care
we're just
after that.
playing like
Arcade.
not placement. Yeah, arcades.
We've been having kind of a lot of fun with capture the flag competitive.
Yeah, that was
That's
was
true.
fun.
We should play that next.
I don't want to play a competitive
Maybe
game
after we
on the
get done.
podcast because then we have to like actually try.
Wait, you actually try?
Yeah, I do try when we play Overwatch because I
can't
don't want to be
tell.
like you fucking scrub lords. Because Billy's trash,
no.
you're trash, Preston.
Oh, your mom's trash, so.
Everyone in DeLand, Florida's had some of her.
My mom doesn't live in DeLand, you idiot.
I don't know. That's where she goes for some reason for all the
I
dick.
guess we should move on to Anthem.
Anthem.
Yeah, so I think Anthony has to eat some, or I should say Trucian has to eat some crow today.
I don't have
The
to eat
trash
anything.
panda?
I mean, it's still.
What
it's
name
still
do you
early.
go by?
Anthony,
I have
whatever.
one complaint about it. Gameplay's fun, mechanics are fun, but where's the armor at?
What do you mean the armor?
It's all cosmetic.
The armor unlocks. Like you got. I understand it's cosmetic, but still, you should unlock some shit.
You
I feel like
You
we're
can
not
craft
going
it
to.
when you get. So okay, if you go into the the free play, you can get parts for your shit and you can unlock different things. But at the
I
same
know that,
time, but at the same time, the game isn't even like fully released yet. So I mean, they're probably gonna release more shit as the game matures a little bit more because like we're
Well, I
kind
mean,
of
what? We have like 3 dungeons, and then you have the story, and that's it.
Yeah, I
That's
mean the game's
right
still
now.
got but it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, I agree. The gameplay's pretty solid. Now there's some weird things with like enemy spawning and like enemies dying that just don't make sense because like you kill an enemy and they just like stay there.
Yeah, but that'll get patched out eventually. I mean everything. Everything has its issues when it first gets released. And honestly, an enemy just dying and kind of standing there for some reason doesn't really bother me.
Yeah.
But I mean, there was the whole, "Oh, that game's shit," thing that you were all on about.
Yeah, because right now it is.
It's not shit.
The demo was kind of shit.
Yeah.
That one was shit. Game's pretty fun, but they have room for improvement.
I mean, Mando was all like, "I hate it," and now she's like, "Oh, it's fun."
Well, yeah, but you got to think the
Well, 'cause the
improvements
demo-
from the quote unquote demo, which should have just been.
But
hey,
I've been
alpha.
saying since like
It's like a
forever
whole different game.
that it's gonna be fun, and y'all are like, no, it's shit. You know.
Let's talk about Apex Legends.
I haven't played it yet.
That game is
Yeah,
awesome.
you need to. I wish there were more people that could play it though.
Is that
So
why?
are they-
Is that why Fortnite made the battle pass free for a while?
Oh, they made it free.
Probably.
Please come back.
Yeah, that's what
Well-
it has to be.
I mean, the game is like Apex is better than all the other battle royales, like by a lot.
They really do need to add the quads, though.
Yeah,
It'd make
yeah.
more people be able to play in teams together. That's the only reason I haven't played it, because I knew that you guys. would
Well, the
probably
quads
tap
are
out.
going to be released, and supposedly duos and solos are on the way too. But the game is great. I mean, it's like a mix of like Overwatch and PUBG and, you know, and like honestly, it reminds me of Borderlands in a lot of ways with like the styling.
Yeah,
But it's a really fun game. I mean, I fucking love Bangalore, and like some of the meta that you actually have to follow is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
and I think my favorite part is the sliding. I mean, I like Titanfall controls, so. But I mean, it's basically the same
Yeah,
game. So.
I mean the
It's
sliding.
been a hot
is-
minute since I played Titanfall.
I think I read the other day that like this game has made Titanfall 2 increase like quadruple its numbers.
Titanfall was criminally underrated. Like it was so much fun, but no one played it.
Right.
You know, like I don't know why, but it was great.
Well, now that we have Origin access, because that's the only way you could play it right now.
Play it now.
Because whoever decided that was a good idea, instead of people that pre-ordered the game, you have to be a sub. But then, I mean, we get all that shit for free.
Well, I mean, things are looking up for EA right now, I'd say. I mean, you got fucking
I mean, Apex saved their ass. Let's just say that.
I mean, you got Apex, you got Anthem. You know, things are starting to look up for EA right now. I mean, because as much as Anthem is like kind of left a weird taste in people's mouth at the beginning, it's fun.
Like your mom does.
Billy, shut the fuck up. But, you know, I mean, EA's looking like they might be able to weather the storm, unlike Activision right now.
Activision isn't looking
Like,
too hot. Right
like their stocks have tanked.
Do you guys know where Activision came from?
No, where'd it come from?
You know, Activision is actually the producers that got sick of the new management at Atari. So Activision's actually technically from Atari.
I
So
didn't know that.
they left
Back in the old
Atari
days.
because they were sick of the management.
No,
And
so they had the founders of Atari had a really lax business model, so they could come in like casual wear, and that was kind of unheard of in Silicon Valley in the 80s, because everyone was like, "Oh, you make a lot of money, you got to be suit and tie." So they sold, or the owner sold the company to Warner, I think, and they didn't like that business model. So, you know, drama, and then they left and made Activision. And this is like 30 years ago, stuff like that. I learned that
Well, I mean,
today.
that's cool, but I mean, they're kind of the satans of the gaming industry now.
Well, you know, you live long enough to what's that?
You live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Yep.
It'll be nice
Or
to
you
see
die
who
a
gets
hero,
voted
or- yeah.
worst company.
Yeah, I mean, they're just terrible now. So
All right, move on to our next subject.
sure. What are we? Sorry, I had
My
to kill
team
that
lost
Pharah.
their match.
Oh, your team lost their match.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Wait,
See,
they lose
Lance
the
called
game?
it.
Like lose
Lance said
everything?
they're gonna lose.
They tied and they lost the tiebreaker.
That's what happened to my team too.
Oh well.
Well, that's what happens when you know.
It's just the first day. We'll come back.
That's what happens when you root for a shitty team.
When I start betting
Root
on
for the
that
non-pink team.
How is the Valiant shitty?
Because they're not the finger bangs.
They were one of the best last year.
I have like gambling for Overwatch League.
I'm sure they do
Ah,
now that,
sure
now
they
that
do.
sports
All
gambling
right, I'm
is
about to have
legal.
Lance start telling me who to
You
pick.
would, you casino cricket.
What?
Billy's addicted
What?
to gambling.
Oh.
My
I don't know
bad.
who that
Zero.
is. The stereo is.
So did you guys basically hear that the 1660 Ti from Nvidia is basically confirmed now?
No. This sounds too boring for me to have heard.
I mean, how is it boring that a new graphics card's coming out? I mean, you have shit everything, so you should
Yeah,
probably
I'm
pay
still
attention.
in the 10 series, man.
Is this the first graphics card that's ever been made?
No, but
Wait,
it's
so it's not that
Wait, what
exciting.
number is it?
it's the 1660 Ti.
That sounds stupid.
Well, yeah,
Wait
it
a minute,
sounds
where
stupid.
is that in the lineup here?
Basically, it's basically from what I'm gathering, it's going to be a slightly toned down 2060 and also lack the ray tracing support. So it's
Why is
gonna,
that relevant?
because
okay.
because it's probably going to, because that card's basically going to perform at the level of a 1070 Ti and be $250. If what we're thinking is actually true. I mean, the card's been confirmed, but we don't know. All we really know is like basic high level, information about it. We don't know like really what the performance numbers are going to be like and that kind of thing. But to get a card that performs at the level of a 1070 Ti ish for $250, that's pretty good. I mean, you got what the Radeon 7 that just came out that performs at a 1080 Ti level and is $600.
Chump change.
Okay, Mister, I can't spend $8 on a game.
Nope.
All right, here's some.
In case you're wondering why we skipped a week.
Well, no, we just had problems with.
Well, that and Preston.
He had a
was-
birthday and
together.
stuff, so he wasn't.
well, that and
Birthday.
that and Surdy was driving tractors because that's what he does for the army. So
That's right.
because he's a
Oh, he's a weekend warrior.
He wa- he was rolling around singing, "Do you think my tractor's sexy?"
No, he's out playing paintball.
I can't disclose that. It's classified.
Classified.
Operation security. Sorry.
Oh, what
Uh,
about Mario Maker 2, yo?
Yeah, that's what I
Hell
wanted to
yeah.
talk about. That's some good shit.
Hail to the Yaz.
I can't wait. I was hoping for that so much, but they had said they weren't going to do it. Like, no, we're not going to make a Super Mario Maker 2.
Well, I
But
think
fuck it,
that-
here it is.
well, I mean, I think there was enough people asking for it that they were like, "Fuck it," and the Switch is like the perfect platform for it. I mean,
Well, I mean, you got to think how many people actually had the Wii U?
like maybe
17.
12.
maybe a tenth of the people who have the Switch. I mean, like the Switch is selling really well. The Wii U never sold well.
Yeah.
Like,
it's so clunky.
well, it was a good idea.
It was like, I liked my Wii U.
It was a good idea, but it was basically like the Switch beta. Like it was what
Yeah.
the Switch is what the Wii U should have been. You know what I mean?
I never even thought for a second that I wanted to get a Wii U. I was
Well,
like, what the fuck
well,
is that?
well, the
thing?
Wii U
the
was
thing that
cool.
happened, the thing that happened with the Wii U is they released the Wii, and then at their like E3 conference, they were like, "Here's the Wii U," and nobody knew that it was a second console. People thought it was just like a TV screen for the Wii
What
to
happens
play
when
on
you
the go.
reuse brand names? Like,
Well, I mean,
That's what I'm
works
saying.
for
Like
most companies.
it looked like a Wii, but with a TV screen, and it was
Well,
like,
it does-
okay, so this is just like this is basically the Switch, right?
Or basically a Wii, you mean to say?
No. Like basically, you could think of it. Oh, well, it's just the Switch. Oh, I just got two headshots.
Well, that's kind of what it was, and that's why it was cool. Because if you had the gamepad with the screen on it, you could play whatever the fuck you want, like laying in bed or whatever. You didn't have to have
love
it
my
tethered to
Switch.
the fucking tethered to the console.
You guys can push up.
And that was the cool concept about the Wii U, but it never caught on. And that's where the Switch has really, like, been a big deal.
They ran with that Wii U for a long time.
I mean, because you could straight up play fucking Skyrim on a handheld now. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
You know?
Have you done that personally though?
No, I haven't. No, I haven't bought the game.
I haven't
on
either, but I'm a
Switch.
little I'm curious because they ported Warframe to it. They ported Fortnite to it. But if you go to Warframe on the Switch, it looks like pure ass.
Does it?
Well,
Yes.
that's because you're on the little.
It's understandable,
screen.
yeah, but I'm just saying.
No,
No,
wait. Is
no,
that
like
playing in
textures.
handheld mode or is it
Textures.
or is it in handheld mode?
No, it's not in handheld mode. It's on.
Oh, it's on the television.
Yeah.
Well, what you got? Well,
dock-
what you also have to understand about the Switch is that the Switch is basically cell phone hardware. Like, you guys don't
Oh,
understand.
yeah,
like,
yeah. I'm not
like
saying
it's the
still
NVIDIA-
impressive.
like the hardware they're running off of is the NVIDIA Tegra SoC. It's a little custom for them, but the NVIDIA
I tell you,
Tegra, but the NVIDIA Tegra SoC was made for like tablets and mobile phones, and it's running
Zelda
AAA
looks
title
really nice
games.
on that game,
It's
though.
still impressive. I'm just saying. I'm curious to see how Skyrim actually looks on it after seeing how
I don't know.
Warframe looks.
I mean, I'll probably
Was-
buy it one day.
Zelda looks
I've bought it.
fantastic on
I have three or four different versions of Skyrim.
I mean,
I'm
yeah,
not
I
buying
mean,
it.
I've had Skyrim on like every console I've ever owned or PC or whatever, but
The original and special edition.
oh yes, I have. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, whenever that multiplayer comes out, we're gonna be on it again.
Yeah. I mean, I'm down. I mean,
And what is it? It might be open. It might be available now.
but
I think
besides
it is available now.
But besides that, I mean, we were gonna talk about Mario Maker. I'm just
I
excited
never
to be
played the
able.
first one.
Well, I didn't get to either
I played the
because I didn't have a Wii U, but I'm excited to play it because I mean, I used to watch YouTubers play it all the time, and it looked like a lot of fun. You know.
I have a lot of anger issues.
I've seen those maps
Oh,
that look like impossible.
And some of the maps are really good because it's gonna be exactly like the Wii version, but it looks like they've added a lot of different types of Mario making things.
Well, it looks like they're
Um,
adding assets from the newer versions of Mario too.
Oh yeah, like the 3D or whatever.
Yeah, the new Super Mario Brothers and shit. Which it's gonna be cool, you know. Like I want to play it. I'm probably gonna buy it.
I think it's just a lot of fun when you're playing that, and you can go in and you just play like, 5 or 6 maps and 100 life. That was my favorite version. But you have 100 lives to play some maps, and you try to complete like 6 of them, and it's like it's just really good. I don't know why. It's just really a good game.
Well, I'm gonna make as many maps that are like super impossible as I can.
I like to make troll maps. Well, I don't make them, but he does, and I just tell him what to do. Like we made a map that was all just the music bouncy
Oh, the
cubes.
dragons are back.
And then there's also Zelda Link's Awakening coming out for the Switch, which
Yeah,
looks,
Yeah, one of the
which
best
looks
2D.
so good.
I like the fact that you can switch it back and forth between the new one, the new graphics, and the like a 2D version graphics.
Well, that's what they did with like the
I
new
just want
Doom,
some
which is pretty
clarification.
cool.
Is this the one from the SNES?
No,
or
it's from the
no,
Game Boy.
Game Boy.
Oh God.
I wish
That's
it
a
was. I wish it was Link to the Past because that's a better game in my opinion. But one day maybe.
I haven't played that game in a year.
Link to the Past is probably my favorite Zelda game.
The Breath of the Wild is beautiful looking. I hope they make another. They're making another one though, aren't they?
It's gonna take them a few years. I mean, you can't.
I've still not played through that game all the way.
I mean, they
You
can't
need to.
have.
I'm
They-
gonna do that
Twice.
tomorrow.
They can't have another Skyward Sword incident. Like the game has to be good if they're gonna put it out.
Hyrule Warriors is pretty good.
Hyrule Warriors doesn't count as a Zelda game though.
It
No.
has the word Zelda in it, so I thought it was pretty good.
It doesn't count. No, it doesn't have the word Zelda. In
has
It's
Hyrule.
Warriors.
He's in it.
Yeah, but Zelda's
It's
a
like-
he now.
it's
He's
like
also in
Link.
Smash.
Link's
like-
in it.
It's like saying Super Smash Bros. Is
Yeah,
is
I
a
mean, you
Fire
can't-
Emblem game.
It is a Mario
You
game.
can't call a spin-off game a canon game. Like,
I
it's
can do
not.
whatever the fuck I want to.
But yeah,
It's
but you're
America.
also fucking retarded.
This
So
is
you
America, bitch.
know. Yeah, America, go fuck yourself.
America.
I mean, I hope they do like seasons as well, like the seasons games and Link to the Past. Like, I would love to see all those games remastered. All the really good 2D Zeldas. I hope they also remake the ones from the Philips CDI.
Oh, gee, I don't.
Have you ever seen those games in action?
Have they or have I?
No, have you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're Garbo.
It's the worst looking shit ever. For those of you who've never seen it, just look it up on YouTube. It's pretty funny. I mean, like the controller is like a D-pad with a button in the middle, and that's like how you play the game. And it's just like a one-handed controller. It's pretty bad. What else did we hear about this week?
New Samsung phones coming out.
Oh yeah, the S10.
S10.
Yeah, but it's Samsung.
They're also bringing out the foldable phone too.
Foldable.
Yeah, so it's like a
We're going
regular
back in
Samsung
time.
phone, and it folds back, so you can open it up. It's like a tablet size, and then the screen folds around to the back, so you have a double sided.
That's cool.
It is cool.
I mean, I
I'm
like
still waiting on the
technology, so
bendable
it's cool,
TVs.
well, those exist already. Like, have you not seen the new
I'm
LG
waiting for them
TV?
to
That's
mainstream.
there's a new LG TV that's just like a coffee table. It just looks like a coffee table, and you press a button, and the screen just rolls out of the fucking table.
Where am I gonna put my pizza?
I mean, I don't know, on top of your fucking lap.
That'll be hot.
Well, why don't you cry about it then?
I will.
Fucking bitch, baby.
The Razer store is shutting down.
Finally.
Really?
Their digital store, like a Steam type.
Well,
They're focused on
Because-
phones right now.
because did anybody actually ever use that? Like,
I don't know. Does anyone ever use Epic except for Fortnite?
well, I think they will once, you know, I mean, for example, Metro Exodus is cheaper there, so why would you not?
Because Steam.
Well, funny thing about
So-
Fortnite.
So just because it's on Steam, it's worth an extra $10?
I think it is
I disagree.
because I like Steam better and it has so much more.
I
than
don't
Epic
think
Games
Steam's
does.
any better than any of the other ones. I mean, Origin works fine. Uplay works fine. Epic works fine. I mean, the only advantage Steam has is that it has the community features. And I'm
No,
sure
well, Steam is also an outlet for indie studios.
well, so is Epic Games. That's the whole point of Epic Games' platform. Epic Games
I
is
haven't looked into
taking less money from indies than Steam. So like Steam wants like what, it's like 30% of your sales,
Something like that, yeah.
and Epic wants 15.
It might be lower than that. It might be like 13.
Yeah, I mean, and if you're
Well, you could take that one of two ways. You know, that could be a marketing ploy. You have to think.
yeah, but here's
What if Epic had as many assets or contracts as Steam currently has?
Steam
Would
doesn't
they
have
still
any
behave in the same way?
contracts. They just
Well, you know what I mean. What if they had the same amount of indie titles?
I'm sure they would, because most of the indie title, or because a large majority of indie titles is made on Unreal Engine, so they're already making money there. So
yeah, well, not really, because in order to pay back a game that's made on Unreal, you have to
yeah.
sell X amount of of
well, the
copies.
thing about Epic Store is that if it's a game made on Unreal, they're not going to charge you for the Unreal license if you put it on
Right,
the Epic
right.
Store.
Well, yeah, because it's included in that money taken.
Yeah, and that's kind of cool. I mean, you get one of the most powerful graphics engines in the world for free if you sell it on their store,
Right.
which is like kind of the big deal for indies. Like that's
Yeah, I agree. I think it's good for indies. I do.
yeah.
But I don't like some of the features. I mean, like not being able to rate games or review games.
I'm sure that'll
It's just-
come as the popularity increases. You know, I mean, it's just like, I mean, Steam, back when I first started using Steam back in the day, I mean, they didn't really have a lot of the features they have now anyway. So, I mean, it's grown as a platform, and so will Epic, I think.
Well, we'll see. The video game industry is $10 billion a year industry.
Exactly. I mean, it's big money. And I think Epic just wants a piece of that pie, you know what I mean?
I think everybody does, the way that everybody's making their own.
Well, I
launcher.
think Epic is uniquely situated to actually successfully get a piece of that pie, though. You know, because
Right.
no one's going to fucking Origin for anybody else's games except for EA's. They're not. No one's doing that. No one's going to Uplay for anything but fucking Ubisoft's games. Whereas Epic, you know, because it's been so publicized and they've got some exclusives to help launch their store, people are going to go there.
That's another thing. I don't like exclusives on a.
Well, I don't necessarily like it
PC
either,
platform.
but I see why Epic is trying to do that, to try and get people to come to their platform. You know, like if you don't have something unique to offer, like say Metro Exodus, for example, why would you go to their platform when Steam's there? It's just like Sony and Xbox, you know? I mean, you know, the PlayStation has their exclusives, and that's why people play PlayStation, and vice versa.
Yeah, but that's accepted because it's always been that way with console.
Well, yeah, but I mean...
But
is it-
PC's been the open market.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, there's a lot of games that you can't get anywhere else but on Steam. You know, because even if you go to the open market platforms like Green Man Gaming or G2A or whatever the fuck else, you're still paying for a Steam license. It's not like you're buying. It's not like it used to be where you installed a game, you typed in the key off the back of your box, and then it just was installed on your computer. It comes from somewhere.
Wish those games were like that again.
Well, the reason they stopped doing that was because of piracy, but you know,
Arg.
but I mean, so in reality, you know, there are a lot of exclusives on Steam. Because where the fuck else are you gonna get it?
Yeah, I guess.
You know, I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's why me personally, I don't have a problem with the way Epic's doing things. I mean, I think competition's good for us, and if it drives down prices of titles, then that's even better. So, I don't know.
So, Sir T, what do you think about it?
Huh?
What do you think?
Indifferent.
You're just like, whatever's cheaper.
I don't know. I've been zoning in and out here, so.
I love how you're such
Thinking
an
about that
engaged
pizza.
member of our fucking
He is thinking about
podcast.
that pizza. Calm down. He just wants
I'm
to.
worrying
All
about
day
healing
pizza.
your ass because you keep
What?
dying.
You saved $3, right?
It's a good ass deal.
Or how much did you
I
say?
did
End up
actually.
saying?
Yeah, get 30. Yeah.
Yeah. For anybody out there, we're not sponsored by Papa John's, but if you want to save $3
Get
or
30.
30%,
Hit
you
up
can,
Preston, he'll get you a fucking
give
coupon.
30. Your
I wonder if
coupon.
they
Well,
still
I
have
mean,
that Wacky
hey,
Wednesday 50% off deal.
If they have a party, all right, and they order like $300 in pizza, I just saved them fucking. How much did I
This
say?
episode of
Do math.
this episode
Okay,
of
all right,
the
but easier one.
Toxicast
If they
is-
ordered $1,000 in pizza at a party,
Everyone does that.
saved them $300.
Where are they going to?
this
Man,
episode.
I love going to parties where I order $1,000 worth of pizza.
Donald
How about
Trump's-
$100
Donald
and you
Trump's,
saved him 30?
State of emergency
It's
party.
a state of emergency wall building party.
This version.
That Lance is going
Pizza
to.
for everybody.
This episode of the Toxicast is brought to you by Papa John's.
Not true.
Go
But
to
I mean, if they're interested,
Yeah, I
Go-
mean, if they want to.
go to papajohns.com/IamSirT for 30% off your next order.
but there really was a coupon for 50% off on Wednesdays.
Yeah, Wacky Wednesday. I think it still works.
We gotta try that shit sometime.
All right, so So are we gonna do story time now?
I think we need to gather around the
for story
campfire.
time.
This map like we should. You can really pay attention.
All right, so
Do you have anything else so we can finish this game up?
I mean,
I wanted to go see a good movie over last weekend.
I'll tell us.
Oh yeah,
about it
okay.
then.
Tell us a movie.
I wanted to go see Cold Pursuit, which is the new Liam Neeson movie.
Isn't he racist now?
No, I thought it was supposed to be, similar to Taken, but it was not. But it's still pretty good.
Well, anything with Liam Neeson in it is,
And I'm gonna go see the new Lego movie, because I saw the first one.
that's gay.
I'm sorry, weren't you watching Cars the other day?
Yeah, because I have a toddler. You don't have a toddler. You have
Yeah, but it's still
yourself
a
and
good
your
movie.
wife.
It's still a good movie.
It's like,
Still a very good
like,
movie.
yeah,
The
I'm
first
watching
one's really
kids'
good.
movies because I have a child.
Yeah, okay. Should means all the other movies aren't over your head.
You're fucking faggot.
I thought
right.
it was
All right.
Story time.
All right. So this story is brought to us by Spy.
such a good one.
It just sounded like you said by
Oh, I'm sorry, by Spire. I was moving the windows around.
Let me just say, I wrote this story a long time ago.
It's a wonderful
Under
story.
distress. We forced you, right?
Duress?
Distress.
Under duress.
Under duress. Yeah, whatever. Distress. Duress. All right, so it involves two young men. One is supposed to be me, and the other is supposed to be Neelix.
I'm erect already.
Oh, yeah, me too. I'm full selling it.
Full on boner.
I'm pitching a tent, but we're not going
All
camping.
right, we're going fucking balls deep right now. All right, so this is gonna be really sexy. All right, Eli Miller raised his arm up to swipe the sweat off his forehead as he gazed across the fields. As he gazed across the fields to where he knew Samuel Wander would be tending his family's chickens. Eli sighed deeply as he thought about how much he would just like to drop the spade, forget the garden, and close the distance to Yoder's farm. Is it Yoder or Yoder?
Yoder.
Yoder,
We
okay.
need some porn music when we do this.
Yoder.
Down. He longed
We
to
can add
take
that in
Samuel
post.
into his arms and kiss away the worried look that normally creased his brow. The life of an Amish man was one Eli knew very well. After all, he'd been living here in this community for his entire life. When Eli and Samuel started to become close friends a few years ago, Eli knew the way he felt about Samuel was wrong. Not just in the eyes of his family, but in the eyes of God. Eli struggled manfully every day to ignore the fluttering of his heart and the heat he felt in his body whenever Samuel was near. Ba-dump. Eli's younger brother, Matthew. Who the fuck
That's
is
me.
Matthew? Oh, is that supposed to be you?
Yeah,
Knew how Eli felt about Samuel. Wait, so am I Eli or Samuel?
you're Eli.
Okay. All right. So I'm just going to change it. So, he was the only one who did. Well, except for Samuel himself. It had been a few months since Eli told Samuel what was happening to him. He opened up about the effect Samuel had on him, and he was terribly afraid that Samuel wouldn't return his feelings. He was ecstatic when Samuel shyly confessed that he felt the same way. Stretching out his weary muscles, Eli got back to work. The one thing that kept him going was his chores under the hot sun. Oh, with his chores under the hot sun, was the thought that he would get to be alone with Samuel after the sun went down. They had been meeting secretly in the barn after the families were fast asleep. Eli held the moments close to his heart and only allowed himself to think about them when he was alone. Lest his father see the secret smile on his face and demand to know what he was hiding.
And the full erect penis.
How do you hide that? That same evening, after the son had gone to sleep for the night, Eli crept quietly out of his house and into the cool summer night air. He moved silently across the yard to the direction of his father's huge. Upon reaching the structure, he slowly slid the door open and peered inside. His heart jumped. What happiness when he saw that Samuel was already waiting for him. Eli closed the door silently behind him and moved across the building to where Samuel was sitting on a low pile of hay. Samuel instantly stood up and took a step towards Eli, opening his arms and grinning widely. Eli wrapped his own strong arms around Samuel's middle and held him tightly for a few minutes.
Oh,
Fuck.
They broke apart, but only far enough to stand face to face. Eli tilted his head to the side and crashed his lips frantically against Samuel. Kapow! They stayed locked in each other's arms and mouths for several long minutes. It's like this.
I didn't write
Until
that.
Samuel gently pushed against Eli's chest and pulled his head. Listen, I have an idea. Samuel spoke in a desperate voice. His eyes were shining in the dim moonlight that was filtering into the barn from the spaces between the planks that formed the wall. His cheeks were flushed and his lips were wet from the kiss. What if we leave? Just leave. I mean, I know it sounds crazy. I sound crazy. But Eli, I don't think I can do this anymore. I can't keep hiding my feelings from everyone. You know, we'll never be accepted here. Never. I can't bear to go through my whole life this way, meeting in secret, holding myself back all the time, lying to my parents' faces every day. His words trailed off, leaving him a bit out of breath and looking uncertain of the speech he'd just given. We can stow away on a train, Eli suggested. Once his brain fully processed what Samuel was saying, he could feel his own excitement start to build to match Samuel. Eli had briefly considered the possibility before, but he never gave it a second thought, assuming that Samuel would reject the plan. After all, Samuel was very close to his family and held his Amish lifestyle very dear to his heart. Well, apparently not. Eli was actually quite surprised that Samuel was the one to bring it up. Why don't we go now? Tonight. The midnight train is in town, because every town is. It will be carrying grain, and surely we can find a place on board. We don't even need to pack. We hardly have any belongings, and obviously we can't say goodbye to anyone. The train whistle blew out a long and lonely note. Signaling that it would soon pull away from the loading station. Eli tightened his arms around Samuel's shoulders, where they huddled beside one another, hidden in the shadows of a large pile of feed sacks. Samuel drew in a quick breath and whispered, "This is it." The train wheels groaned and squeaked as the engine pulled the locomotive into motion. Soon enough, the moonlit sky and shadowed countryside was speeding past the train car, carrying Eli and Samuel away to their new life. All right, and this is the epilogue. "Oh yeah, get on, son!" Eli yelled as he teabagged the dead blue player. "How do you like these nuts?" "Hell yeah, KSI for life!" Samuel shouted into his microphone. "Dude, we've won like 7 in a row." The two lovers sat side by side on a black leather couch, clutching their Xbox controllers. Oh, no, we're not sponsored by Xbox, so clutching their controllers on the coffee table in front of them. We're not sponsored by KSI either, so it's just
Fuck.
Yeah, actually, fuck KSI, but okay.
No one knows who they are anymore.
Like I said, it was a long time ago.
On the coffee table in front of them, a pile of crunchy triangles of cheese and soft drinks that they would never have been able to get their hands on when they lived in the Amish community. "Hey, I think running away was the best thing we ever did," Samuel said, muting his microphone. "I know. I love you, Sam." Eli leans over and tangles his fingers in Samuel's beard, pressing their lips together. The two lay down across the couch. They shove their headsets and controllers aside as they start to frantically remove each other's clothing. "You can be the top this time," Samuel whispered huskily into Eli's ear. "Hey, Christ, Shock, where are you guys? Hello? Game night isn't over yet." Jordan's yelling through the microphone to get their attention.
Jordan!
But the two don't even hear as they get lost in each other for the second time that day.
This should be made into
You
a
oddly
movie.
sent me back
Can
in
we-
time in a weird way,
Can-
and I
can
don't
we-
know how to feel.
Can we put a disclaimer on that?
What's the disclaimer?
Yeah,
The
what?
disclaimer is that everyone always talked about you guys being Amish because you have big beards. And you were always acting gay together. I didn't come up with all this out of my own head.
Look, man.
Well,
Look,
when you
man.
have a man love that's just so man lovingly
So
that
intense, so
it just-
pure.
Well, I
wants to
mean,
make you bone each other in the head.
well, I mean, when you and Trucian came down here to visit me, the first thing me and Anthony did was rub beards. So you know,
That is true.
That's true.
so
Very true. Fact. Fact.
and that was a story time with Trucian. I hope everybody
Dun, dun,
enjoyed
dun,
story
I'd
time.
like to apologize for introducing you as Trash Panda earlier.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
go by many names.
He can be Trash Panda, Trucian,
Well, you know.
whatever. Everybody knows
I think my
who he is.
Discord name says Trash Band.
It does say Trash
Oh,
Panda.
because I'm in the wrong
Mhm.
Discord.
Yeah, we're not in our
we're
recording
accidentally
Discord.
recording on the wrong Discord.
Okay, we got to redo
hope we
the
don't get
entire
interrupted.
episode.
Shit.
That's how Bailey's gay ass doesn't come in here.
Bailey, I really hope Bailey listens to this episode.
I hope he does too. Bailey, get
Hey
fucked.
Bailey. Hey Bailey.
Okay, yo.
I do think that's all we have time for. We're getting pretty. Right, I think we're actually over a little bit on it.
Okay, well,
A little bit. I think it's worth it though.
Yeah, it definitely was
This
worth
has
it.
been fun.
All right, well, thank you everyone for listening to episode 4 of the Toxicast. Check us out on Twitter at TToxicast and on YouTube. Just search for the Toxicast. We are on SoundCloud, iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify. Just search for
Bunch
the
of others.
Toxicast
The toilet behind the Denny's.
And thetoxicast.com.
and thetoxicast.com. Thanks everybody for listening, and go fuck yourself.
Bye.
And cue outro now. Boo.